Hello everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you another episode of our Lord of the Rings online Let's Play, and we are back with Baradbeam. As you can see, I've purchased a new horse for Baradbeam. It's from the store, but it's called the Michael Delving steed, basically. And the reason I had this one in mind is there is just so much on here that fits Baradbeam's character, where he has like these sacks and this timekeeper thing, what's this called, hourglass, some daggers, and a bunch of food, and a big old pipe. So Baradbeam is basically a hobbit, and he doesn't know it yet. So he has all this stuff. So this is going to be his steed through the majority of the playthrough. The only time we probably won't be using this steed is in the Moria expansion, because you can't use horses in Moria. You have to use a goat. When we get there, we will probably buy a goat that fits him. Because I will have even more points by then, but this did cost a hefty penny in points. It's very similar to a steed that you can actually get through Reputation, if not the exact same steed from Michael Delving. So just keep that in mind as well. The other thing I did, is Baradbeam now has a surname, and I think what he's done, and I actually see the picture up here, so we're gonna go grab this. What Baradbeam's done is, because he's sort of, abandoned his previous life, he's ready to take on the world as this new person that he's never been before. He took on a new surname, and he chose it himself. So Baradbeam actually took on the name Baradbeam Dreamborn. And if you're familiar with Baradbeam's biography, I think that's going to be in episode 2 where I read through his biography. But Baradbeam basically set out on this task of fulfilling a destiny that he didn't fulfill because he never had a family. His son or daughter was supposed to be a big hero and play a big part in saving Middle-earth, but because he chose not to have a family, he got too engrossed in scholarly escapades and learning about the world. He never married, and he never had children, and so he sort of kept the world from having that great influence. And so now he's taken up the mantle. He will do that in his place. Hello, everyone. They were probably like, what in the world? So Baradbeam Dreamborn is what he's going by and what he's going to introduce himself as, because his previous surname no longer matters. He's the last of his line, and the only thing that matters is that he's fulfilling the role that he kept from the world. And that's what he's going to be portraying. So we're here back at these ruins here, because we have this Fixing Falco's Folly. And it's sort of the last quest. Remember, that's a deed thing over there. It's sort of the last quest that we need to do out in this area of the Breeland. So I want to knock it out of the park here, get this all knocked out, and so we can go over to this area of Breeland. And Jasper's going to be up here unless someone just killed him. Nope, he's still there. It does mark this as a group quest. We are at a level where I don't think we're going to have an issue with taking it on ourselves. So that's why we're here by ourselves taking him on. It does say that we're on level for it to be done as a group. But again, these are very early on in the levels. So just keep that in mind. You're supposed to still be learning the game now, and we kind of know the game at this point with how much I've played it. Eventually, when it marks it as group, yeah, he's already down. Eventually, when it marks it as group, you're probably gonna need a group. Probably gonna need a group or really good gear. And I see this picture over here, so we're gonna get this as well. Okay. Great, so Jasper's down, so let's call our horse. We do have to figure out a name for the horse at some point as well. Because he's gonna... Man, 2 supply crates? Yeah, we're gonna go for that. That's a... If there was only 1, I might run past it, but 2? What luck is that? Alright. Baradbeam is gonna want to name his horse because I feel like that's something he would do. He takes his animals very seriously. So if he has a horse, they definitely have a name. He definitely takes very good care of it. He's an animal lover, and his animals love him. Okay, so let's talk to Falco. Turn this in. Nope, sorry, don't have time for you. And then we will head into Bree and see what shenanigans we can get up to in the Prancing Pony. Now, if you're into roleplay in this game, I would suggest looking for an RP server, and they're marked in the server list, whether or not they're RP. I would suggest getting on an RP server, leveling up a little bit, and discovering what kind of character you want to play. And then, if you're looking for RP, if you're on an RP server, head to the Prancing Pony. It's called Bar RP, and it's really where people start meeting people and getting into it. And I've found a lot of RP through Prancing Pony. I cannot thank you enough, Baradbeam. I had thought Gammy Bog's nosy ways would just bring more trouble on me, not fix them. I owe so many people here in Staddle apologies. It will take me a while to draft enough letters saying so, but I will see it done. Alright, he's gonna give us a really good earring. We'll probably replace the Vitality one. Don't care about that, so we could just pick anything here. Let's pick what would sell for the most, and I'm guessing it's gonna be the hammer. Yeah. Okay, so let's get that earring on here. We want to replace Vitality. That earring here. Okay, and we've got some selling to do. Oh, we can also open our next gift. Ah, above Weathertop. So that brings us in. That's a furniture piece. I didn't actually buy a house. And the reason I didn't buy a house is we only have 1 gold if I sell that that one trinket we got from the Hobbit presents. And there's a couple different types of houses. There's 3 actually. There's a small house, a deluxe house, and then a kinship house. We can't buy a kinship house. I don't know if you could buy a kinship house as... maybe. I don't know. But I want a deluxe house, and they are 7 gold. So we'll wait on the housing a little bit. And it shouldn't take us long to get to 7 gold. Especially with, you know, the Hobbit presents are sort of giving us gold every so often. But we'll get up there, and we'll get a deluxe house, because they're just a little bit bigger. They've got more rooms, and it's going to give us more to work with here. So we are on our way to the Prancing Pony right now. I was trying to think of a name for the horse, and I keep coming to... I mean, typically... horses have, like, really good names in Lord of the Rings. Like, Shadowfax is Gandalf's horse. Sam is the not Sam. Bill is the pony that Sam takes along with them. So we're gonna have to think of some stuff. It's got really cool armor. Okay. Here we are at the Prancing Pony. No RP going on. That's okay. But we've got a couple quests that bring us to Barliman. So let's turn in No Time for Tours first.
One thing drives out another.
Oh, hello, and welcome to the Prancing Pony, the pride of Breetown and the surrounding lands. Are you here for news or for nutrition? We have both, and plenty to spare. You are an adventurer, unless I miss my mark, and that happens but rarely. So it is news, then. There's no shortage of that, I tell you truly, and most of it bad. Listen well, my new friend, and you will hear some of what ails us in Breeland. Investigate some of these leads and you will find adventures wherever you go, and turn some of the bad news to good. My friend Adso Haybank is a hobbit, a good sort, and he dreams of building an inn upon the road west of Bree. No easy task that, take it from one who knows, but I wish him well and have done what I can, and if you will see to him and lend him some assistance, I will have done more. He has a camp on the road west of Breetown on the way to Buckland. Ah, Buckland, that reminds me. Don't you know it? There's trouble afoot there as well. You know that Breetown is home to both hobbits and men, of course, while Buckland is home to hobbits only, but I would count them as neighbors as well, of course. It seems they have had some trouble with goings-on in the Old Forest. If you speak to Celandine Brandybuck... Oh, Celandine. Celandine Brandybuck, a sweet young lass who lives away in Buckland, you are certain to hear about that forest trouble. Everyone has their hands full, whether they be tall or small. Oh, did I ask if you... Oh, did I ask you to speak with old Grimbrier yet? There is a hustle and bustle aplenty, and one thing drives out another, even if you are uncommonly sharp, like yours truly. Grimbrier is the chief watcher, and he maintains a post on the road north of Breetown. I understand he has had some trouble with brigands of late. Go see him and help him with the outlaws, and you'd be doing Breeland a service. That should be enough for starters, my friend. Now you'll excuse us, I should see to the needs of the host. Food and drink bring songs and compliments, and both bring further custom. Alright, so is that a new quest? I don't actually remember this quest. I think it takes place of the tour, because it's called No Time for Tours. So it takes place of the tour quest that you would normally get coming into Bree, and it kind of leads you out to all the quest hubs. So that's kind of cool. If that must be a change. It has to be. Alright, now this is the main quest that we come...
How can I be of service?
Well, now, what is it I can do for you today? Well, first, I would like these shoulders. Not big on that, but that's okay.
There's so much to do.
And then this brings us on... So we just finished the prologue of the game. Basically, we're level 15. Prologue's done. We're on to a forward of one of the main chapters. So as the main stories go through this game, there are chapters that you complete in books as you go. So it's like you're following a main story entirely through the quest. Or entirely through the game, which is pretty cool. So many people coming and going these days. There is one guest, though, one I'd rather do without. But coin keeps a room, and he comes with coin enough to pay a bill. Brooding sort, like the darker corners of the inn, and speaks to none. Most people are a bit afeard of his ilk. Barliman lowers his voice. He's one of them rangers, he is. Calls himself Strider. From the common room, turn left down the hall. Keep on until you can only go right. Follow straight down that hall until you're at the foot of the stairs. Strider is in the room to the right of the stairs. So we know Strider, and that's who we came to talk to. So let's go find Strider here. He's back this way. I love how God, man, so much RP in this area. I love the Prancing Pony, and that leads out to the back. And then Strider's room should be right here. Hey, Strider. There we go. The forward. Your tidings are grim. Your tidings are grim. While the Black Wolves have been broken, Amdir's escape bodes ill. He must be stopped before it is too late. Yeah.
There was little time to waste.
The Dourhan's lord fled to Breeland after his defeat, and not by mere chance. I see the hand of the captain of the Nine in all of these affairs. In the west, in the Shire, and in Bree. We must unravel the thread of his plans, and I believe I know how. To the east of Bree, there is a Blackwold camp, which my men have been watching closely. A shadow has recently spread across the camp. I believe it is here that Amdir has gone, and this dwarf lord as well. There we must go, and there we must end Amdir's life, if he can still be called living. We will wait for nightfall, and then make our move against the Blackwolves. Speak with me again when you are ready to depart. I would like those. That's alright. Okay, so let's put a... Whoops, wait, no I'm not. Let's put on our shoulders that we got. See what our character would look like. Okay. Alright, and then we're gonna do this. Let me just make sure that we are still... Yep, we're still on track with the level. So I don't want to get I want to stay on track or ahead of the level requirements for the main story quest. So we are still on track right now. So let's do this.
Are you ready to leave?
Yep, and it is going to transport us somewhere.
Strider and the Rangers pursue their fallen brother Amdir to the Black Wolves' camp. But not all is as it seems.
Okay. So here's Strider. Got a couple more Rangers. So we're here to try to kill Amdir.
There is evil afoot.
Can you feel the chill in the air? It is no natural cold, but the chill of fear, of evil. I doubt not that Amdir is here, but there is a greater evil here as well. We should split our strength. For the good of Middle-earth, none can be allowed to escape. Langland and I will look for another way inside, while you and Torthen search for Amdir. We must be quick now, before the evil bursts forth from here and threatens all of Breeland. Right, we're gonna help Torthen then. Time for us to act. We're just standing here. Torthen, take Baradbeam with you and head to the main gate. Langland and I shall look for another entrance and press the attack from there. Yes, sir. Good. Langland, let us go. Alright. Bye. Alright, we didn't want that. We're good on all our gear. Let's do a little of this to clean it up. Alright, Torthen. Let's head in. Yeah, come with me. It is time to deal with Amdir and these brigands. If Amdir escapes, it could spell doom for Middle-earth. Yeah. This must be rough for them. Wait, someone is coming. Let us see who it is. Black Wolves. What were those things? That dwarf has gone mad. Brigands! Get him! They're running in fear, and we're just gonna... We're gonna kill him, but that's okay. Are we gonna kill this guy too? He seems scared. No, okay. We're gonna let him go. Onwards, we must find Amdir. And I think that's what, why won't everyone just leave us alone? I think that's what, Baradbeam would do. If people are running in fear, and it's not something we cause, there's a greater evil, right? So the ones that are going to fight us will fight. The ones that are kind of cowering in fear, we're going to try to just leave alone. Because not all brigands are, you know, absolutely terrible. Oh, did we level up? We did. We've got some good things here, so actually. So this is remove a disease, wound, fear, and poison, which is very nice. And this is actually really cool. This is lightning damage, but it also brings back some power. So we're gonna put those on here. Like, that guy's cowering in fear. And so is she. So we're gonna let them go. We've got a greater evil to take care of and focus on. So I'm gonna show you what the new. Whoop. Well, I accidentally used it and then canceled it and used it on the wrong person. She was cowering up there and Baradbeam misclicked. I was gonna say I wanted to. Alright, okay. So we've got a wound on us now. So if we use this, actually that's a. Yep, I should get rid of it. And I actually want to dismiss Megley and bring him back to get him up to level. So we got some deeds going from there. Torthen is up here just annihilating these guys. Okay. Alright. If you need rest, then now is the time to steal your nerve. I would like to have full health before going in there. And maybe we can eat these carrots. So in this game you can have two. This is a buff that gives you a stat, and this is a buff that gives you morale and power regen, and you can actually have both of them going at once. Make sure that's true before yeah. So you got cooked food, and then you've got trail food, and you can benefit from both buffs.
Darkness approaches.
Down there, in the southern corner of the camp, the source of the Blackwold's fear is there. Come. Alright, I'm ready. Let me see about this gate. Okay, she's scared, but these guys are coming at us, so we will take them on. Alright, let me show you the new power here. So this, if we were down on our power, this would refill our power bar. It does a little bit of damage, but mostly I use it just to get our power back, really. No, stay away. There now. There's no need for concern yet. Uh-oh, we've got darkness. I have found them after all. You are relieved of your obligations, Blackwold. You just killed that man. Now, to deal with you, Ranger. The eye is upon us. Alright, so I have other business to deal with. My servant shall deal with you. He just summoned the dead. So we'll take care of these rats first. Well, Torthin takes care of that barrel white. Get up here, get a staff strike on him. Rah! Sniped. That is a deed as well. Alright, so we are dealing with that dwarf, which I don't think we've met as human. But that's Skorgrim, and he's going to be one of the main baddies that we take on. Who was that dwarf, and what power has he to command whites? That the Blackwolds were in terror of that creature is certain, but I still sense something greater still in these ruins. And where is Amdir? Perhaps beyond that gate. Alright, let's move forward. We came here for a purpose, to take care of Amdir. Do not lose your nerve. We don't have any crystals to help with darkness fear, so whenever that eye comes up, you saw that our max health actually went down. And when it gets really bad, it could take you down a lot. So there are some crystals that you can use to make sure that it doesn't go down too bad. See how the dread is like taking our main health down? The fools are too late. Amdir's change, blah, 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 is nearly complete. Come, brethren, we must leave. Now is not the time for such a fight. So, man, we had the Nazgul over here. We've got Eoghan, who was the bad guy from Archit. So it's time to exact our revenge on Eoghan. Done. Now Amdir. So Amdir was turned into a Kargul, which is very similar to the Nazgul, like sort of a lesser version. So the Amdir we knew and the one that helped us is no more. It is time to put him out of his misery. I am sorry, Amdir. Be at peace. It is a day both dreary and joyous. It grieves me that we were forced to slay Amdir, but a relief that he should now know peace. I will lead you back to Strider, and I will return to my camp. Alright, lead the way.
The Nazgul have crossed the Eisen and are heading for the Shire. The hobbits must be quick-footed enough to escape the wrath of the Nine. And we can only hope that Frodo slips through the traps of the enemy.
Alright, so that's where the main story is. We are here, let's talk to Strider.
Alas for Amdir.
Yep. It grieves my heart that the enemy was able to turn Amdir thus. He was my friend and kinsman. My people will remember him as the man he once was, good and noble. It troubles me that the Nazgul have crossed the river and moved into Breeland at just this time. There are events in motion which could determine the fate of Middle-earth. If you are able and willing, I may have another task for you. Yes, we will help out. We know that Baradbeam knows that our fate is now entwined with Strider's.
I have a task for you.
I am curious to know who the dwarf you encountered at the Blackwoods camp was. Dwarves are by nature honorable and cannot be dominated by the will of any. Why this one would serve the enemy, I cannot say. Worse yet is the appearance of the Nazgul. I must go watch the East Road, for I am expecting some travelers, and now fear they may be in danger. Would you travel to Combe and speak to a constable there named Underhill? You may know him already, stout little fellow who loiters about town center. You may suggest to Underhill that he investigate the Blackwoods' old hideout. When that is done, return here and with your report. If perchance I am not here, assume the worst.
What road did you take, Frodo? The ringwraiths ride openly in the Shire, but there are places which are even more terrible and dangerous. If you choose the path I fear, search for the light in the darkness.
Man, whenever I play this game, I always get the urge to read the books again. Like, oh, okay, so we came straight back to Combe. We're talking to our good friend, Underhill, Constable Underhill up here. Go talk to him.
Good
Ah,
day.
hello there. So there's something I can help you with? The Blackwoods have been broken and scattered, you say? This is good news for Combe. So this Ranger Strider thinks we should investigate Skunkwood's old hideout. Well now, I'm not so sure of that. It's not a safe place, I hear.
Please, stay a moment.
Well, I suppose you're right. I should make sure those Blackwoods aren't hiding in that cave of theirs again, mustering their strength. But I'll want some help. Will you travel with me to Skunkwood's old hideout? It's south of the guardhouse at the northeast end of Staddle Pond, near Staddle Falls. If they are gathering there, I'll need help driving them out again. When you are ready, come back and we'll go together to the old hideout. Okay, we will do that, but I want to put on our new gloves. And we can no longer wear our novice mark. So it took it straight off. Where was it? Oh, it's in the pocket. Alright, so we need to get a new pocket. We also don't have a neck piece yet. Okay. Alright, let's go to the old hideout. Now, we've been here before. This is where we found Sarah Oakhart and defeated Skunkwood.
Amdir's defeat shattered the back of the Black Walls, but pieces of the mystery remain unsolved.
Okay.
Goodness,
this place is quiet as a tomb. I wish we could just say all was peaceful and leave, but I suppose we need to do a better job of it than that. Alright, no use putting off what must be done. Come along, and make sure you have your blade at the ready, in case we run into any trouble. By blade, if you mean Megly. Careful now, friend. All manner of things could be living here. Ew, necker breakers? Let's do a little cracked earth. Megly, you want to get in on this action, or what are you doing? Hold a moment, I have the key right here. Okay. Alright, so the swamp has basically come back to claim this place, is what I'm gathering. This is a nasty business, this is. And I see more down here, so we're just gonna get a head start. Let's press on. I'm ready to press on. So I do want to say they definitely changed these quests from when we first started playing this game. The reason he paused right there was because these normally hit a lot harder and took a lot more, you know, health down from you. So you would want to take that opportunity to get your health and your mana back up. And I'm not quite sure when like the questing revamp happened, but at some point what they did is they made quests easier. And they also made the main story soloable, because there were times where you'd have to normally get into a group, but I remember the same time they made the main story soloable, with like super buffs and whatever as you're going through. It seemed like these quests all became easier as well. Oh, we can overhear some talking here. It said, Skorgrim is here. Fool, you should choose your friends more carefully. Amdir was just the beginning, is what we overhear. Okay. What horrid creatures! The White Hand will not have you, Blackwold. Constable Underhill, are you ready to go over here? I want to see what's happening. Let's press on. Quiet! I see something ahead. Fool, you should choose your friends more carefully. Let's wait here a moment and see what happens. This is your last chance. Swear fealty to Angmar. Never! Then die! Ah! My lord, intruders! What? Deal with them! Running like a pansy. I'm ready to take him on. That's a joke, by the way. He is very tough. But we will take on these dour hand turncoats. Check on that poor man. Poor man, he's a Blackwold leader. I'll follow after that strange dwarf fellow.
Can't you leave me to
You couldn't have come a moment earlier, could you? Before that dwarf struck me through, maybe. Oh well, suppose that's just the way of it. First it was that Eogan saying that if we pledged to Angmar, we'd be made rich. Well, then that all fell apart. A few of us decided we didn't want anything to do with Angmar anymore. We started talking to some new fellows, men who came up here from the south. An ugly bunch they were, but at least they didn't seem likely to go raising fell spirits or someone such on us. Seems though Angmar didn't like the prospect of us leaving them. That dwarf came along, and you see how that ended. Now I suppose the Blackwolds are at their end. Oh, alright, well the Blackwolds are officially, Hey, Constable. That guy died. Bah! I have no idea how he escaped this place. We'll never follow him now.
Just a moment.
Well, it seems that strange dwarf escaped. How he got out of here is a mystery to me. And from what you said of that brigand's tale, that dwarf was the one we should have been worried about, not these Blackwolds. Well, I suppose the Blackwolds are truly broken now, but for some reason, I still don't feel safe. Well, that's not much more we can do here. You'd best take tidings back to your ranger friend in Bree. Okay, can you send us there?
The rangers which once guarded the borders of the Shire have been scattered or slain. Frodo has left the Shire, but great perils await him in Bree. I am too late. Someone must find him before the Nazgul.
Hurrah! I love that. That one's one of my favorite cutscenes, because when the Nazgul like screams at the end. I don't know, for some reason I like that. We're back in Combe here. Good show indeed. You sure showed those Blackwolds rascals what for. I would like these pants.
Can I take a moment of
Good
your
day
time?
to you. What are you still doing about here? Those Blackwolds are gone, and likely for good. That strange dwarf might still be around, but I'll wager he went on to somewhere a bit more interesting. You should take that news on to your friend Strider in Breetown. If he sent you out here, he likely wants to know what he found. He'll probably be at the Prancing Pony. Those rangers surely like their beer, and the pony has the best. Thank you for your help. But there's no use worrying about brigands around here anymore. Alright, back to Bree. Okay, first though, whoops. Put on our new pants. Let's see what our character is. Oh, we can't see pants through there. Okay, alright, let's talk to Strider again. Go back to his room. So, as you can see on the main quest, we're on Book 1, Chapter 4. So we went through it pretty quick, but there's a lot. So don't worry about, man, I'm not gonna have enough books to do anything. There's a lot. The main story is huge. Alright, Strider.
We must move
You have
quickly.
returned, and just in time. Much has happened since you left, but I have little time to relate it. The tidings you have brought me will be of great use to my men here in Breeland, but there is a more immediate threat we must deal with now. While you were away, those same Nazgul you saw with Amdir attacked the pony. They were in search of the travelers I had been waiting, 4 hobbits of the Shire. I cannot tell you why they had such interest in my companions, but I can tell you that I will have need of your help again.
I need your aid.
Well, both you and I have seen 5 Nazgul. Their true number is 9. Before I can take my charges beyond Bree, I must know where the other 4 are hiding. Would you travel to the west and speak to Lenglin? I sent him to Buckland to watch over a particular hobbit, but it seems that Mr. Underhill and his friends decided to take a different path and are now here under my protection. Still, Lenglin may know the whereabouts of the remaining Nazgul. He camps on a rise just north of the Buckland Gate and may have seen something that will aid me. You must hurry. I cannot afford to delay here overly long. Okay, we can do that. And we can also, we're going to be able to stop by and see Adso Haybank on the way. What other quests do we have? Crafting, not worried about. Festival, I'm not worried about. Housing. So that will allow us to do this. Alright. We got the 3 here. Alright. So this is Bree, but we're about to head out of Bree. I like her outfit. She's got a little outfit on. Very colorful. Tavern goer, huh? You got a cool outfit too. Okay. I gotta look at all the cosmetics as we're running through. Let's stop and I'm just gonna click on him to unlock that travel path. So that is something you're gonna want to do anytime you go to a new area, is unlock that travel. And pointing up here, no time for tours, is probably gonna be Chief Watcher Grimbriar. So I'm actually gonna go up here and see him because he's gonna have some quests for us. We're still 15 and we're 16, so we're okay to move on, but I think he gives us some pretty cool quests up here. So I'm just gonna say hello to him. Stop and say hello. Hello, Chief Watcher Grimbriar.
What can I do for
I am
you?
short of officers, newcomer. If you are here to aid me in my fight against the outlaws in the Bree fields, I welcome you without reservation. My friend Lofar may have need of you as well.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Ooh, Sharky's men.
Will you stop and hear my accursed tale?
If we are in need of XP, we'll come back to them, but I think we're doing pretty well. And we already completed the deed to do quests in Breeland. I don't know how, but we did. Where is it? Breeland. Completed. Yeah, Breeland Adventure, final. We did all the quests that we need. So there's more quests than you need in each zone. And that's good to know. So the next stop we have would be to Adso Haybank. He is along this road that leads us towards Buckland. And towards the Shire. And we might stop in the Shire just to show it off a little bit. The Shire is one of my favorite zones. Just because it's the Shire. like how can you not enjoy looking at the Shire and seeing what it looks like? There's a lot of ruins along the way, so I'm kind of watching this to see if we've got any pictures that we can pick up. So Adso's a hobbit, and I see one here, shattered pitcher, but it might be the broken urn. We got to be careful because you lack the proper training. Journeyman scholar, man. It's above our. If you were trying to get that, bud, you can get it. It's above our. Not trained yet. What are we at with our scholar stuff? We're at, oh, we gotta craft stuff. Okay. All right, so here we are at Adso Haybank's camp. We get that. And that is not new, but that's newer. You used to not have that travel here. So, all right, Adso. No time for tours. Yes, you are here to help? Oh, you are just in time. I need all the help I might find. I fear my dream of founding an inn at this spot is in danger of foundering, even before it has truly begun. What do you have?
Could I take a moment of your time?
Oh, we'll take on this one. Hey, friend. Yeah, you're not from around here, and that may be a good thing. This is serious business, and I can't trust any of these louts with something so delicate. Making a place of my own took an unexpected turn not so long ago, and I am loath to tell my workers what has happened. I hope that you can help me with this matter. The satchel holds the last payment I need to make to ensure to the safety of the folks here and the sanctity of the soon-to-be splendid landmark. Just take it to the old Sweetgrass farm, a little ways northeast of here, and give it over to the man who answers the door. It may be Bill Fernie, that is, or one of his helpers. Bill said he'd only be there at night, so don't waste your time hanging around during the day to catch a glimpse of him. Just knock on the door or ring the bell and hand over the satchel. Hear me? Yes. And then we had a pipeweed delivery for Roger here.
Tell me what you need or move
So that
along.
ill-favored fellow Stout Thrush finally came through with our pipeweed. Looks like I owe you for that wager, Larkspur. Okay. And Bill Fernie. Bill Fernie is actually a key character in the books, not in the movies. But in the books, he's pretty key. So it's going to be interesting to run into him up here. It's not the last time we'll run into Bill Fernie. Probably the last time for a while, though. And this quest you used to have to do at night, but they added this so that you can ring the doorbell and talk to his assistant, basically. Or Bill himself. Wow. Okay.
Oh, this is
Ha!
intolerable.
Soon Sharky's men will have all of Bree well in hand. With cowards like that little worm Adso under heel, there's no question of that. You just tell Adso that this payment has been received, but he'd better have another ready next week, or it will go badly for him. So this Sharky guy is giving these people some trouble, and it sounds like he's got plans. Is this new? I don't remember this well being here, but sounds like he has plans for Bree as well. That guild name, a rat, a toad, and a worm. Oh, Adso, I met Bill, and he's not a pleasant guy. Another payment?
There's something I can do
This was
for
supposed to be the last. I'll be driven to ruin, that rotten... But enough of my blather. I shouldn't burden you with my problems. Now I should thank you for your help, friend. Truth be told, I was a bit frightened to go out there at night by myself. If you can impose on you again, I have some true debts to pay, and to a nicer sort of folk.
Please stay a
Oh, we
moment.
could do that. I do not know what to do. The brigands told me to pay them 3 equal payments, and that they would spare my workers and myself. I held my part of the bargain, now they want more. I haven't anything left after sending workers to Buckland for supplies, and the meager rewards. I can offer folk for helping out here and there. I cannot allow my workers to suffer for my mistakes. I fear I may need to stop work on the inn, but Chief Watcher Grimbrier is working against the brigands here, so I must ask, would you be willing to help me send a message to these brigands? I hear that you have already done some work against the brigands before. I am sorry if I am mistaken, but these are evil men and they must be stopped. If you are willing to help, could you return to the old Sweetgrass farm and send a message to these brigands? The old Sweetgrass farm is a short distance northeast of here. So he wants us to go kill some brigands, and we will probably do that. Let's see what this quest is here.
Stay
Yeah, I want to do this
and
one.
hear me out.
Specifically for these. Boars can grow quite large and dangerous. The boars of Bree have always been a source of food, and the ones here in the southern Bree fields are no exception. Adso and others have grown fond of one of my meals, boar's head stew. If you could help gather the heads, I can make my delicacy and keep folks here well fed. We'll help out. Especially because I want to taste some of that stew. And then we'll see what Buckley Shepherd has down here.
Would you do something
Hail,
for me?
friend. I have news that will likely make you see the severity of our lives here. Adso is a good fellow, trying very hard to keep us safe, and he has done a wonderful job with the meager means he has left, but I simply know that it is not enough. These brigands encroach ever closer, and they will not leave us be. Already those knaves up near the old Sweetgrass farm have taken tools and coin purses from the workers here, those who keep their faith in Adso, and now Adso puts his faith in you. How do you feel about helping Adso see the worth of his workers? Sure. We'll kill some brigands. Alright, so I think Baradbeam's had a long day. He's going to take a little bit of a camp right here. And when we come back... Oh, that looks menacing over there. I love it. When we come back, we will help out Adso and the workers of Adso's camp. By going up to the old Sweetgrass farm and killing some brigands and also taking on some boars so that we can taste that fine stew. So guys, I want to thank you so much for all your support on this series. If you do want to see more of the Lord of the Rings Online Let's Play, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye-bye everyone.